Sometimes a teacher can spend a lot of time preparing a resource to give to the class, only to find that it hasn't produced the right result or the learner hasn't been able to take in the information. To make sure that we don't waste our time in preparing this resource, there is what's called the PADDIE model. The PADDIE model involves 6 key stages in the development of the resource: plan, analyse, design, develop, implement, and evaluate. To begin your resource, you'll need to plan. It's like building a house. You need foundation, so you need to have a plan to work from. The plan should include details as to who is designing the resource and who is the team. But more importantly, who is the audience that's going to receive this resource? And finally, what's your completion date? From plan, we move into analyse, and we look at some of the specific requirements that would answer the question what. Most importantly, in what context will this resource be used? What specific requirements need to be analysed in making this resource? And what guidelines must be met, whether that's industry or whether it's the curriculum or an organisation? The resource should also consider what OH&S factors must be taken into account. And finally, when you're analysing, what learning styles are you catering for? With plan and analyse completed, we're on to the design and the develop stage, the most exciting part of developing the resource. The design answers again the what question, and this is specifically what design strategies will you be using for your resource. In other words, what will the resource look like? You may have chosen to make a movie. This would require some preparation, so what materials are required? You'd also need to make sure that you've got the skills required to develop the resource and the knowledge to complete the task. Moving from the design stage takes you into the develop, and this takes you to the part where you're actually implementing all of the preparation that you've made, the resources and strategies that you've put together to actually make the final product. It is important to trial the resource. You can gain some valuable information from colleagues and then add these suggestions to the development of your resource. The final stages involve implementing your resource with the class. It just doesn't stop with the implementation. The final stage is to evaluate whether your resource actually worked. Take the time to survey your learners once the